We asked all of our climbing ambassadors, sort of what is that piece that you can't do without? Don't think about what the mass market wants. Think about what you, as a high-end climber, wants and needs. And one of the consistent things that we saw throughout, pretty much everybody designed a lightweight anorak.
Packing light and dressing light is essential to alpine climbing because you have to move fast through complex terrain. And so you have to be as light as possible, and you have to dress appropriately for that. And you have to be able to stay warm and dry through a whole range of conditions.
And that sort of climbing, alpine climbing, it's often a cyclic sort of activity level. Like sometimes you'll go real fast because you're trying to motor through moderate terrain, and then you stop at a belay and you cool down a little bit.
You're exerting while you're leading and you get hot, sometimes you're sweating, and then when you stop at the belay, that jacket has to breathe well enough to actually dry.
Death to a mountaineer is really being up high, being wet and staying wet, especially in super cold temperatures. So we want to get them as dry and as warm as possible.
Historically, we've had a hard shell jacket that worked really good as rain gear, and there's been soft shell jackets which were traditionally really lightweight and basically a windbreaker. And what we were always missing was something in between.
So it's kind of like that sweet spot in the middle where you want a hard shell that breathes better, but you want a soft shell that's more weatherproof, and that's what I've been looking for.
What it came down to really is that they wanted real simple pieces that didn't have anything that wasn't needed on them.
When we were developing the PowerShield Pro fabric with Polartec, we were looking for a fabric that was going to be extremely wind and water resistant, but also be highly breathable.
Patagonia has a pretty unique relationship with Polartec, and we have for years. It's really a partnership. There have been a number of times in the past where we've said, what can we do here? These are the challenges that we have.
People there are so open-minded and so willing to find the best solution to the given problem. They're willing to start basically from scratch and test a whole bunch of fabrics, figure it out, and just use what works the best.
PowerShield Pro is ideally developed for up and down activities, cyclic activities, because at its heart it's extremely water resistant, but it also allows for a portion of air to pass through, so it dries out very fast.
The fleece inside actually helps move that moisture from your body to the outer shell and then out into the environment. That's what keeps you warm and dry.
It just breathes a whole lot better. I don't get that inside buildup of frost the way I do when I'm wearing a full-on hard shell, but yet it blocks the wind and resists moisture way better than the typical soft shell.
We worked with Polartec on and on again to develop the DWR that's on the surface of this. It was a combination of the fabric construction combined with the chemistry that they were using for the durable water repellency to provide the best extreme wet weather protection that we can have.
So we've got a good balance with the Polartec PowerShield Pro fabric that keeps weather out from the outside, extremely water resistant, and remains extremely breathable.
Just moving, you're not even noticing anything, you're not even thinking about things. That's kind of the way it should be, I think, with a good alpine clothing system.
It's really a treat to be able to work with some of the best fabric developers in the world and some of the best climbers in the world, and we're all sort of challenging each other. It's a good situation.